What's up, guys? How the heck are you guys doing this morning? Make sure I got everything plugged in here. What's up? Welcome to Wednesday Live Homebuilt Workshop. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Sorry. I don't know why I always feel the need to get situated once I hit that live button. Why not do it beforehand? But I don't know. What are you guys up to? We got some fresh coffee. We're ready to hang out with you guys. It seems like it's really far away today. Maybe I'm just sitting in a weird spot. So, Wednesday morning. What's going on? Got some people tuning in here. I see some logins or sign-in, joinings happening, whatever you want to call that. So, who's with us today? Let's see here. It's not snowing. Not snowing here. Well, Andrew's here. What is up, buddy? How are you, Andrew? Man, what is it, like 3 a.m. over there? Man, thanks so much. I'm glad you were able to tune in. That is awesome. That is awesome, awesome. Buddy's here. Good morning, buddy. How are things? How are things up your way? It is nice here, just outside the Springs. It's kind of cool. We're like in the mid-20s or so, but there's no snow. I see a little bit of sun going on out there. I hope things are well up there in the mountains. And Andrew, I am glad you're here, buddy. Oh, set your alarm and got up out of bed just to join in. Man, I'm glad. I'm glad you were able to make it. Thank you. Thank you. And I do plan on, during the holidays, well, let's just cover this, get it out of the way. Just so you guys know, right here, next week I'm going to do a live on Facebook, and then the following 2 weeks are during the holidays. So we have the week of Christmas, and we have the week of New Year's. Both those holidays fall on a Wednesday, so I am not going to plan to do the live stream the last 2 weeks of this month. I do want to do at least one, maybe two, just kind of random ones. So just kind of be on the lookout. I'll try to schedule it as far ahead as I can, but it may just be when I've got a little bit of time, I'll just pop on here live, and that's going to be just for the last 2 weeks of December. And then after that, we'll keep doing the regular schedule. So, but I just want to let you guys know that I won't be doing the regular Wednesday one, the week of Christmas or New Year's. So, anyway, buddy says, same here. So you got about the same weather. Philip says, snow here in Pennsylvania. Yeah. What part of Pennsylvania are you in? Because I know they just had some snow back there last week, the beginning of the week, I guess it was. Beginning of last week. Where I'm from. Okay, you're in Lancaster area. Probably still got the same kind of storm. But yeah, I had some family up north, Pennsylvania, that they were without power for like 30-something hours. The power went out. I guess it got a bunch of ice, and it took a bunch of lines and things down. Harry Dude's here. Harry Dude says, hey guys, what's up, Harry Dude? Welcome. Harry Dude, Andrew's here. Andrew says, can't believe it's the end of the year. I know. 3 more weeks. Not counting this week. Isn't that crazy? Wow. And yeah. So we have all of next week. My daughter, school anyway, she has school all of this week, next week, and then she's off for 2 weeks at the end of the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's. I can't believe that we're already there. It's gonna be 2020 before, like in a blink of an eye. Like we're gonna go to sleep tonight and wake up and it's 2020 almost. That's just wild. Andrew says, hey, to Harry Dude, how's it going, mate? Philip says only a couple inches. Hi all. Let's see. Harry Dude says, doing well. Good to see you back. I know. Philip says, need an idea for a floating nightstand. Are you wanting to do let's think about this for a moment, and then I'll pick back up with some more comments. I'm looking for something to use as an example. A floating nightstand. I got some ideas, I think. Depends on what you want to do. I just can't find a good piece of something to use as an example. This is going to be a very small example. Are you wanting to do something like a slab where it's thick, or you wanting to build a box? But either way, you could build a frame, wooden frame, like a rectangle. This is not a good example. But you can build a wooden frame, screw that to the wall, and then build a, like out of plywood or some thinner wood, a kind of a sleeve that slides over it, and then maybe you secure it from the top with a couple of screws or something like that. Or yeah, I think did I see you say box style? Box style, yeah. And so I think I would build a rectangle out of, like, I don't know, depending on how thick you wanted it, 2 by 3/4 inch thick stock by 2 inch thick or 6 inch thick, however thick. Build a rectangle supported as you needed depending on the size. Then you can screw that into your studs. So it's, you know what I mean? It's it's just a hollow rectangle. Then you build a sleeve, a wood sleeve that just slides over top. I hope that makes sense. And yeah. I hope you get the idea. We can go a little more into that if you need to. Let me catch up with these some comments here. Andrew says, "Cheers, mate. Went to bed early and set alarm. Missed you guys." Andrew, we missed you too, brother. We did. We were just talking about you last week. I think that was right before I messaged you. Wags is back. Hey now. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Wags. Thank you. Merry Christmas to everybody. Poor Conservative says, "Ha, Katya, what is up?" Philip, oh yeah, box style, yep. Philip says, "Could I attach it to my bookshelf headboard?" As long as the headboard's sturdy enough, I don't see why you couldn't. You don't want that thing plopping down on your noggin while you're sleeping. But if it's sturdy enough, I don't see why you couldn't. Or you could even, if it doesn't seem sturdy enough, go in behind the headboard and screw some boards in or something. You could reinforce it. I don't know what kind of headboard you're talking about necessarily without seeing it or knowing more about it, but I don't see why you couldn't, honestly. You can do it, buddy. Let's see. Wow, man. Gina's here. What is up? Welcome. I'm glad you made it. Didn't forget. A buddy says, "Did you make a video on making a 3-string guitar? What kind of strings did you use?" I did. It was, what was that? A year? It was over a year ago. Maybe 2. I made several of them. I made one, and then I did a video on, I did 3 of them. So I've done a couple videos, but the first one was just about building that one guitar. The second one was more about I was batching out 3 different ones. I just use standard Ernie Ball guitar strings. And depending on the tuning you want to go for, you can use either the low strings or you can use some of the middle. I think I've done both. Right now, I have my 3-string one has the bottom 3 from a set of number 10s, a set of 10s regular guitar strings. And then I have a couple others. Well, I have a 4-string that has, I think it's the A, D, G, and the B. I think it's just the next 4 up. I just don't have the low E. That way I can have a little bit higher voicing on it. Andrew said, "Oh, Andy's here." Andy says, "Pictures snowy." So, really? Huh. I don't know why. Gina, oh wait, Andrew says, "Hi Gina, how's it going, boss?" Good, Andrew. Good to see you back. Oh, Andy says that's better. So maybe it cleared up. Maybe there was some sort of strange. Andrew, thanks, Gina. Ken's here. Greetings from Oregon. Ken, welcome. How are you? How things in Oregon? Giovanni's here. Giovanni says, good evening, my friend. How is it? It is well. It is going good. We got some nice weather, it seems like we're going to have here. And it's going good. I hope things are going well for you. Let's see. You are, man, you're in the evening there. What are you, 7, 8 o'clock? Something like that? I'm learning. I'm learning the differences in each of you guys' time. I'm starting to really get it down. David's here. David says, morning. Been looking at the website. Can't find the answer there. Fellow lefty, want to build my own telly from a kit. Do you sell neck only? Right now, I don't. But that doesn't mean I won't. Right now, the necks that I'm building are specifically mated to my builds. The neck pocket, I believe, will fit a standard telly. I'd have to try that, honestly, just to make sure it would fit, because it's not identical to a telly. It's very, very similar, but not identical. So I'd have to check the fit. If it fits, we could do that. I just don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to sell one at this moment, not knowing if it's going to work in a standard telly neck pocket. Hope that makes sense. So it's not that I'm not against it, but I haven't built them for that particular reason. But I could. I might do that. It's a good idea. Just some neck blanks kind of thing. Kathleen's here. Kathleen says, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, all. Good morning, Kathleen. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you back with us. Buddy says, thanks. Hey, thank you, buddy. When we are done with this, buddy, I will go back in and I will try to reply. I think I can reply to your original comment, and I'll post a couple links in there to those videos that I was talking about. So hopefully that'll help you out. That way you don't have to search around for it. I mean, if you already find it, that's cool, but I will still go back in and post those. So Andy says it keeps coming and going. It's nearly 4:15 p.m. here. I wonder why. I wonder why it keeps cutting in and out. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday in kind of the IT, network kind of. Well, he's an IT guy, I guess, and kind of tell him some of the problems. So hopefully I can get some suggestions for helping out with some of this lagging and stuff. Philip says, Merry Christmas all. Hope all have a blessed Christmas and a white one. Feliz Navidad. Thank you, Philip. Merry Christmas to you too. I have a feeling we're not going to have a white Christmas here, but I hope we do. I hope we do. There's something about just having a white Christmas to me that just makes it cool, doesn't it? Those of you that don't live in a snowy area, I understand, but coming from a snowy location, and still we get snow here, I do always hope for a white Christmas. It just makes the day to me. But he says, I found 2 wooden cigar boxes at a yard sale. Thinking about making a 3-string guitar. Yes, I would. I would definitely do that. I need to build a couple more. Honestly, I need to go pick some of those up as well. I'd like to do another batch of them, not for me, but just to put out there and to sell. I have I don't know, a handful. 4 maybe? Not a handful, but I have several of them out there that I have built and sold to people, and they're really fun to play. In fact, I was playing one last night just for fun, a 4-string one that I built, and that one I need to do some work on. I built a 4-string just for fun because I wanted a 4-string, but I need to reinforce the neck a little bit more because I don't know, that extra string or something's weird. It gets a whole lot of a bow in there when I tune it to where I want it to be tuned. But oh, let's see. James is here. James says greetings. Greetings, James. Thanks for tuning in. David's here. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Catching up on that there. David says, I understand that. I don't want a standard fender, and our options are very limited. Yes, they are. One thing that I've put a couple together using a standard fender neck, but if you buy a right-handed neck, you have a lot more options. And I'm not saying this is what you need to do. I'm just throwing out some ideas, something to kind of think about. Right-handed options have a lot of right-handed necks have a lot of options, and more so than the lefties. Obviously, I mean, there's a handful of lefty ones, but not very many. If you consider getting a right-handed one, bolt it into the left-handed body, and you'll have a reverse headstock, which is it could be kind of cool. I built a baritone 2 years ago. I don't remember, but the only baritone neck I could find was a right-handed neck, so I bolted it on. I bolted it on my lefty body, and it's a reverse headstock baritone, which is kind of different. So, I mean, that's another thing you could think about too. Buddy, thanks. Andrew says, yes, I spent 2005 for Christmas in Michigan, and my wife and I loved a white Christmas. It was a very special time. It is. There's just something about that. Harry Dude says, I went to buy that circular saw blade you recommended for the finger joint jig, but it won't fit my saw. Oh well, the search continues. Really? What do you have for a saw? Do you have like a larger one, like a 12-inch one or something? Or a smaller? That's interesting. Would have had no idea about that. Andrew, what size saw, dude? Yeah, what size? Tell us, enlighten us. Rick's here. Rick says, hey Jeff, what is up, Rick? Brother, how are you doing? Kathleen says, do you watch other YouTubers? Yes, I do. Some of the ones that I watch a lot, I watch a lot of the larger channels that you might consider, like some of the builder maker channels. I like to make stuff. Jimmy DiResta, I watch a lot of those. Why can't I think of them now? Let's see. Let's just go in here and I'll read some of them off. Another one I watch a lot of, Sean James. He's My Self-Reliance. I watch him. Let me see. Really like My Self-Reliance channel. I enjoy it. I enjoy his stuff a lot. Just gonna try to bring up a couple here. Yep. So My Self-Reliance, Crimson Guitars, Stu Mac. They post a lot of tips and tricks and things. Let's see what else. But yeah, there's a lot of them that I watch a fair amount. But whoa, hold on! Holy smokes! I gotta give a big shout out. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much, my friend, for the super chat. Thank you. I definitely, really appreciate. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, missing some comments here. So, Kathleen, I will continue to post more up there. Or not post, but I'll shout them out as I think of more channels that I do enjoy. Philip says, love your projects so much. They are very helpful. Trying to finish up a mini bar for my sister. Just need to figure out a trim for the top. Thinking of crown molding. Mini bar, what I think of, yeah, small table, overhang, crown molding on the side. Yeah, I don't see why not. I could see that on there. Let's see. Poor Conservative says Warmouth makes either. Yeah, Warmouth makes really good stuff. They're expensive. Holy cow, they're expensive. They are. They're very nice though. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. If you want to go that route, go for it. Rick says White Christmas rules. Yes, it does. It's so cool. Harry Dude says it's a 235 millimeter 9¼ inch saw with a 25 millimeter arbor. A metric saw. No wonder it doesn't fit. The metric stuff. There's got to be somebody that makes metric saw blades that does that sort of grind on the teeth. There's got to be. Maybe this is just an idea. Take one of your old blades, see if you can find somebody local that sharpens blades and that can grind them flat. Whoa. Have them file it flat for you. Poor Conservative says Jay Bates, Izzy, yes, yep. I watch Jay Bates, I watch Izzy. Fisher, build it. Yeah, I build it. Is that's John, right? Yeah. Andrew says, I got my flat tooth grind blade from Timbicon. My saw is 254, 10 inch, 25 millimeter arbor. Well, there you go. There you go, Harry Dude. Maybe check that resource that Andrew's talking about. Andrew, a nice one, buddy. Yep, thank you, buddy. Andrew, Fish Shop is awesome. Great channel. Yep. Rick says, Jeff, do you have any French toast? Rick, I love French toast. I love pancakes. I love waffles. I love maple syrup. But at this exact moment, no. I do not have any French toast. I could go for some, though. I wish you guys could all come over and we could all eat French toast together, or waffles. I got plenty of maple syrup, I can tell you that. We can whip up a batch. Let's see. Poor Conservative says, Buddy has John Milner's car from American Graffiti. Rick says, all I have is coffee. Me too, brother. And it's mighty good, mighty good. Poor Conservative says, yeah, Rick laughing at me. Poor Conservative, he's a hoot, Andrew. Rick says, cool. Andrew, my coffee just ran out. Oh no, man, are you going back to bed when we're done? Because you might. If it was me, I couldn't be drinking coffee. If I was just gonna be up for a while and go back to bed, man, once I get the coffee going, I'd be up. I'd be like out here working at 4 in the morning. Like I don't get wired on coffee, but I definitely can't drink it late at night. Or in the middle of the day, or the middle of the night, I guess. Andrew, oh yeah, maybe he might be too awake. yeah, I definitely would be. I'm kind of looking at some more of these channels that I'm subscribed to because I wanna let you guys know what kind of stuff I like to watch. Let's see. Philip says, idea for a top on a mini bar for a Christmas gift for sis. Oh, for the top. So you still have to figure out the top. Would you be able to do, well, something live edge would be cool, like a slab something. I don't know if you have access to them or anywhere around you can get them. But that would be cool. Depending on what you're building the rest of it out of, like a beetle kill pine I've seen looks really cool. But again, don't know what the rest what the rest is made out of. Other than that, you could do some sort of a butcher block style. Would be cool. Just glue some boards up. You don't have to get fancy. If you made the whole thing out of oak, go get some oak boards and do your thing. You know what I mean? Let's see. Harry Dude says, thanks, Andrew. I'll check out Tim McCon. Yeah, I want to look at that too because I just want to know what the place is. Poor Conservator says, Jeff, you're really wound tight already. Coffee has got to stress the rubber band. Yeah. Yeah. I am though, huh? I'm kind of wound. Gina says, I can't stand it. Philip says, didn't think of that. Cool. Birch plywood. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I got plywood top. Wrap it with the hardwood. Done. Philip, crown molding. Yeah, if you build you a top, wrap the underside with the crown molding, I think it'd look really nice. Especially if you either... What about a paint? I don't know what you're building the base out of, but you could use paint grade to keep the cost low. Do a nice wooden top. I've kind of been digging that look where they paint the base, build it out of poplar or something, fairly inexpensive, and then a nice wooden top. So what do they call that? The farmhouse or something. I think it looks kind of cool. Buddy says, sounds good. Pancakes. Yes, it does. Man, I like pancakes. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. It's cutting out. I don't know why. Silly thing. But anyway, what I was saying, chocolate chip pancakes. When we do pancakes, I got to do at least a couple of them with chocolate chips. If you guys have never tried that, it's really good. But hang on, guys. Hang on. Hang with me there. Hang on. I'm trying something again because it's cutting out on you, and I can't have that. I'm switching over. To cell. Let's see if that does anything. Hang with me there. Hang with me. I will rejoin your regularly scheduled programming in a moment. I'm turning on the hotspot thing. Ah! All right, if it cuts out again, we're switching to mobile. All right, I'm back. Let's see. What I miss? Okay, pancakes, we already covered that. Pork Conservator says mineral stained poplar. Yeah, that'd be cool. Phillips says, I love my Death Wish coffee. I have never tried Death Wish coffee. I've heard it's really good, but I've never tried it. Poor Conservative, I get tired just watching your videos. What do you mean? There's... I don't even know how to reply to that. That's fine. Just watch them again and again. Go back and watch some of the old ones, and then you'll appreciate the newer ones. Philip, thanks. Awesome. Rick says, hey, Jeff, where do you get your guitar pickups? I have some here that I made, but I use the thick wire. The main reason I use the thick wire so it doesn't break in the winding process. I have tried several different makers and brands. Usually, a lot of the times, I don't want to say usually, I guess. A lot of the times I will buy commercially available ones. I like Seymour Duncan pickups. I'm not saying I use them exclusively because I do not. I have used some hand-wound ones from several different people, just trying to but also trying to find one that really works for me. I'm still experimenting with different different makers and stuff. But right now, the ones that I like the most are some Seymour Duncan. There's a model of Seymour Duncan that I really, really like. And until I can find somebody that can beat that, it's going to be my go-to one unless I'm trying out some other ones. So one of these days I want to try making them. I'll build a winder and start making my own, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Andrew says Live Edge red gum. Live Edge red gum looks spectacular. Oh wait, only in Oz. I've seen some of that. It looks really cool. Man, that'd make a really cool guitar too. Oh, ow. Rick says, is it okay to use thick wire? It depends on what you mean by thick. I think a lot of times pickup winders, you're using something like a 40 to 40 something, there's a 30 something gauge wire. It's a pretty small wire, so I don't know what gauge you're talking about. If I'm going to start building my own, I'm at least going to start out probably with at least what some of the other winders companies are using. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with using the big wire. If it works, there's nothing wrong with it, right? What's that saying? It's not a stupid idea if it works, or something like that. I don't remember there's a saying though that's something like that. It's not stupid if it works. Philip says, we're making me hungry again. Sorry, Philip. We always got to throw some food talk in there. Andrew, sorry, red gum. Andrew, Earth to Jeff. I know, it cut out. Sorry about that. Poor conservative, you're so high energy, it wears out an old man. Should I slow it down a little bit? We'll just hang out. Bam! Harry Dude says, big fan of the Seymour Duncan full shred. It's my go-to bridge humbucker. I like the distortion, the Seymour Duncan distortion, both neck and bridge, and I also really like the Invader. Some people don't like the Invader. I do for the music that I play. I really like that thing. I like the Invader and the distortion. Although the build that I'm working on right now, I'm going to use, what's that combination that everybody talks about? The JB and the Jazz? I think it's the JB and the Jazz combination. Those are going in the next build. And I'm kind of excited to see, because I hear a lot about those two together. And we're going to see what that's all about. Poor Conservative says, try Centel pickups. Kent Armstrong hand wounds are awesome. JBS, all great pickups. Kent and Jerry Centel wind all my OEM pickups. Interesting, really? So they have. Oh, I'm gonna have to try that out. Another one I've heard about recently is Gemini pickups. Never tried them. I don't know anything about them, but I've seen them on some builds from some people that are doing. So I'm gonna have to try that too. Rick says, thanks. Harry Dude, cool Harry Dude. Poor Conservative says, I have a winder and use 42 and 43 gauge with no braking. Yes, those were the 42 to 43. Yeah, so it is the 40s. And yeah, that's kind of where I would be to start. And I would go from there. But really, Rick, to your point, buddy, if it, use whatever wire you're using, man, and if it works, roll with it. Poor Conservative says Pearly Gates and the Jeff Beck. Yes, I do have a guitar with a Pearly Gates in it. It's an older one, and I like it. Poor Conservative Geminis are really good. I'm going to have to check those out, too. Harry Dude, JB and 59 Jazz is one of my favorite neck humbuckers. Had a JB, and I thought it was so, meh. I find 59's too boomy. Really? Maybe it is a 59. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. I'll have to try it. We're going to find out, because I've got the pickups already. Let's see here. Rick, thanks, Jeff. Oh, David says, do you know who Joe is? um, which Joe? Joe who? Uh, Joe Mama. Oh boy. Harry Dewitt says very common combo is JB and the 59. I think that's what it is. The JB and the 59. Maybe I had it mixed up with the Jazz. If that's the combination that a lot of people use, that's the one I have. I don't know. It's been a while since I got it. I got to get that project done. Cup of Joe. Yeah, I know who Joe is. I got Cup of Joe right here. And it's mighty good. Nice and hot too still. I like this thing. Not sponsored, but this little Stanley mug, this thing works really good. I really like it. Pair that with the thermos. I got a big tall thermos, brand thermos. Works really good. Stanley. Not even, it's really inexpensive too. This thing's been dropped and kicked and banged, and this works. This works good. All right, but I do have a story about this though. Hold on. Okay, we're not missing comments. So I don't know. This may or may not be weird or gross or what, but I don't wash this thing out all the. Well, now I do. I don't use it as much, but I used to take this to work with me every day, and I would have several cups of coffee poured from my thermos into this, and I wouldn't wash it every single day. I would rinse it out real as best as I could, but I found out that if you don't take this thing, when you take this lid off of there, there's a little thing, a cap you unscrew to disassemble the mechanism and all that, the anti-spill mechanism, whatever you want to call it. And if you don't take that apart and scrub it out, when you do scrub it, it gets some really gross buildup in there. I mean, it was pretty gross. At first, I didn't realize that was happening, and I thought we're just washing, take them apart once in a while if you have bits inside there, because it gets kind of nasty. I did not know that. Now I do, and it's not a problem, but when the coffee plugs up and you can't get it out because it's all gross and gunky in there, yeah, ugh, nasty. Poor Conservator says, love my big Stanley thermos, the old black one. That's what mine's not super old, but it is black. And it has, the stainless steel lid that you can pour, and use that as a cup. I've done that tons of times. Because sometimes I would get, when at work, I'd like go to break or something, and I'd refill this, and I'd have just a little bit left. And so I'd pour it in there, and just drink that. And then when you're done with your break, and you'd have your cup of coffee, and on and about your business. Yep, but I also do remember, the Stanley thermos. Now this could have been one of the vacuum bottles too. My grandpa used to have one of those too. And I don't know if it was like the glass insert ones. Glass? Is it glass? Whatever it is, that mirror looking. The bottom unscrews and you put a new insert in there. That is not what mine is, but I do remember those. My grandpa had one, and I had a small one once upon a time, back when I was on the farm. Yeah, they're just great. Andrew says, my cup says, a day without laughter is a day wasted. It is. So you guys can laugh at me for being all wound up, apparently. So hopefully I can provide some entertainment, some laughter value. Andy says, no one sharing coffee. I'm gagging here. I'm sorry. I would share it if I could get you some of this coffee in a timely manner. I would definitely share. So, I mean, you are welcome. You're welcome to come on in, and I will pour you a cup. And if we run out, I will make a new pot. We'll do it. You guys just let me know. If you're coming by, tell me. I'll get a fresh pot on. I don't care if it's the middle of the night. Andrew, I'll make a fresh pot. You're welcome. Paul says, oh wait, Poor Conservator says gunky. Yeah, gunky. You got all gunky. Paul says, Navy tradition, never wash the inside of your coffee cup. Yes, that's what I always went by. I would not wash. I mean, I'd rinse it a little bit, but not wash it, thinking the same thing. But it got gross. It really did. Yep. And even my coffee cup, my ceramic one that I use, I don't wash that every day either. Every couple of days, maybe at the end of the week, I'll wash it. I just rinse it out. And I don't know why some people think that's really nasty. And I guess, I don't know, depending on how you were raised or grew up or traditions, I guess it could be, but yeah, it's coffee. Poor conservative. My Stanley is glass and 30 years old. Still awesome. You would set it down too hard, or maybe I dropped it. I don't remember. And you'd hear that shatter inside the bottle, and you're like, oh man. Luckily, I always kept at least one spare. I even remember it clearly. I used to keep it on top of the refrigerator, in the little cardboard box that it came in, so I could just grab it and swap it out. Andy says, "Cheers, Jeff. I'm on my way." Cheers to you, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. And hopefully we'll see you next week. And then stay tuned during the holidays. I'm going to try to just do some pop-up lives when I got some time, because I still want to hang out with you guys, but I just can't do it on the day of the holiday. Let's see. Poor conservative to Paul says, now we know why squid ink is black. Because they didn't wash the coffee cup? Andrew, see if I can make it for breakfast. Eggs, bacon, hash browns, and hotcakes. Yeah. See if you have some chocolate chips. If you're going to make some chocolate chips or some pancakes, see if you got some chocolate chips. Just sprinkle a few on there if you've never tried it. Do at least one. So when you pour your batter, it's going to start to... when it starts to stiffen up a little on the top, right? Before it's completely hard, sprinkle in the chips so that it can sink down in a little bit, and then flip it. When you flip it, then that side cooks. Don't mix it right in the batter. Pour the batter on your griddle, and then put the chips in after you pour it out. You got to try it if you never have. If you have, that's cool. Or maybe you don't. If you don't like it, then that's cool too. But my suggestion for everyone between now and next time we get to hang out, make sure you try chocolate chip pancakes. Philip says, I remember the glass thermos. Mine was called Aladdin, I think. I had one of those too, now that you mention that. Now that you mention the Aladdin, I can remember the logo. Yeah. Yes. Maybe that's what mine was. Maybe it wasn't a Stanley. Or I probably had both. Maybe, but yes. I know my current one now is a Stanley, and it's not a Stanley. It's a thermos brand. This one. Things that just brings back a memory. That was cool. That's what that did. I remember it. Buddy says, Andy, my favorite meal. Yeah. Eggs, bacon, hash browns, and hotcakes. Oh, man. Andrew says, I will try it for my wife. Yes. I bet you she'll like it. At least I hope. It's really good. You don't do a ton. You got to experiment. I like sweet stuff, but I don't have a sweet tooth. So if I put too many chocolate chips in there, oof, man, it's like eating a block of sugar for me, because mine's swimming in syrup already. But yeah, definitely, it's really good. Poor conservative, Aladdin made great thermoses. Yeah, I'm remembering that now. Yeah, Philip says, I do remember the sound hit the floor. I cried. Yes, there's that crack when the thing, and you do it, it's all closed up, but you hear it. Oh, let's see. Podmal, greetings from Russia. Thanks for your great vids. Well, thank you, my friend. Welcome. Glad you could tune in. Thanks for stopping in. Glad to have you. How are things in Russia? Let's see. Are you in summer? No, you're not in summer now. You're in winter as well, huh? Summer the other way. Yeah. Yeah, you're in winter. Is it cold? Do you get cold over there? I like to learn about all the different areas that everyone lives in. So, pardon my lots of questions about different areas. I enjoy learning about the different geography. speaking of YouTube videos, and now that you mentioned you're from Russia, there's another YouTuber that I watch. He does a lot of touristy stuff in Russia, in Asia, and all that. What the heck's that guy's name? The bald dude. Bald and bankrupt. Bald. Yeah, the bald guy. He does really good stuff. It's really cool because he's like from the UK, I believe, but he travels, and that's his thing. He travels around Russia in a lot of the different, is it provinces or states? Countries. I don't know, but he travels a lot around those areas, and he speaks Russian, one of the dialects. I don't know much about it, but it's really neat to watch because he travels to. It's not just tourist cities. He goes to a lot of the small cities around there. It's really interesting. I enjoy watching his stuff. Philip says, "What area are you in, Jeff?" I am in. I'm in the state of Colorado, and I am located just outside of Colorado Springs. So I'm about an hour south of Denver. Denver's the capital of Colorado. Yeah, right at the foot of the Rocky Mountains. For those of you that have heard of maybe the Pikes Peak hill climb or the mountain Pikes Peak, I can't see it from right here, but I can look out the window of the house and I am greeted with the view of the mountains, and it's really cool. You know what? I'm gonna try to snap a picture of that when we're done here, and I will post it up for you guys. I'll try to post it on both here and on YouTube and on the Facebook. I'll try to share that with you guys. Just because it's cool, especially if you catch it at the right light. And there's a little bit of snow on them right now. They're not completely snow-capped, at least what you envision of snow-capped, but there is snow on them. And when the sun in the morning hits it, like the sun comes up and it hits the mountains first, when you look out and the sun hasn't hit our house or anything yet, but the mountains are lit up, it looks really cool. Let's see. Pork and Service says, gets very cold in Russia. I can imagine it probably does. Podmal says, in Moscow, about +1 Celsius. That's not too bad. You're warmer than we are. Oh yeah, you're way warmer than we are. So, because I know 0 is 32, and we're not in the. I don't think we've hit 30 yet here today. So, are you in the Moscow area? Is that the area you're in? Andrew says, Moscow, beautiful place. Oh, you've been there, Andrew? Wow, that's awesome. Philip says, my brother lives in Colorado Springs. That's awesome. No way, man. Really? Your brother's here? Wow. Do you happen to know, I mean, I'm not asking for his address, but do you know what area of the Springs? Do you have any idea? I mean, he might live close to me. Who knows? That's really cool. Andrew says, Pikes Peak was a great game on Atari. You know what? I grew up playing Atari, Andrew, and I don't remember Pikes Peak game. What was it? What did you have to do? I'm gonna have to look it up. My brother still has our old 2600 stashed away. So I gotta look up a game, Pikes Peak, because I surely don't remember that. But it sounds cool. I'm gonna have it just because Pikes Peak's right out there. The poor conservatives, Moscow blondes. I'm not going there, buddy. Poor conservative, only 20 here. Yeah, we're. Oh, it's warm in here because I got the heat on. I don't know what it is outside. It was about 24 when I came out here. They were like 65 inside here. It's not bad. Philip, not sure. That's cool. That's so awesome that he lives in the Springs. Wow. Man, well, if you're ever here visiting him, please message me. Get a hold of me somehow. You can do an email, Facebook, whatever you need to do. Send me a message if you're ever here. And that same holds true for any of you guys. I've said it, I think, before. If you guys know you're going to be traveling somehow through Colorado, if you're here, in the state somewhere, get a hold of me. I would love to be able to at least touch base, even if it's only for a couple of minutes while you stop at the gas station on your way through. I'm serious. Let me know, because it would be so awesome to just, have a minute. If we got time for a coffee or whatever, we go to dinner. I don't know. It would be really cool. So please, guys, if you do travel through, get a hold of me. Podmal in Moscow. Oh yeah, I saw that. That's cool. I would enjoy traveling that part of the world. I think a lot of people want to do like the tropical locations, the beaches and all that stuff. But to me, I'd rather travel across Russia or Europe or something like that. I don't know why I'm not drawn to the tropical stuff. Is that weird? It's not weird, is it? Buddy says I was stationed at Fort Carson when I came back from Vietnam. Yes, Fort Carson. I had a lot of friends that have been there, or actually, I don't know if I know people that work there, but I don't think I know anybody that's currently active duty there anymore. They've all gotten out or moved on. Oh, Philip says Castle Rock, exactly. Okay, well, that's still close. That's still real close. Castle Rock. Yeah, it's 45 minutes from here. It's right up the interstate. That'd be cool. I'll drive up there. If you're in Castle Rock, I'll come up there and meet you. Andrew says, it's 15 degrees Celsius here. Yeah, Atari 2600 game. You raced up Pikes Peak. Dude, I gotta find that. Pikes Peak. I'm gonna look that up. Pikes Peak for Atari. Huh, yeah, I gotta check it out. Philip says, we'll do probably in 2020. Oh, really? Next year? You're coming through next year? Yes. It holds true. It holds true. You get a hold of me. I'm serious. I don't care if it's just a quick minute at the gas station while you're heading through. I will do it. Poor Conservative, Jeff, you need to go to Central and South America on a wood tour. Trust me, it's awesome. Yeah, that seems to be where all the good stuff comes from. That would be really cool. Gina says, Golden Flame Wings is there in Castle Rock. Yummy. Yes. There is a hot wing place. Well, we have one now here in the Springs, but we first went to it in Castle Rock. This was, I don't know, 2 years ago, maybe, I don't know, something like that. And I had family in town from Pennsylvania visiting, and I don't even remember why we were going to Denver. What we were doing up there, honestly. Maybe, Gina, you can remember, but for some reason we were driving up there and we were in Castle Rock for something. And we were hungry. We found this hot wing place, and it's called Golden Flame. It's really good. They have a ton of different stuff. Golden Flame, you are welcome to sponsor us. Sponsor Home Built Workshop to be sponsored by a hot wing place. No, they're really good. If you guys ever come across, totally get paid nothing or no free wings by saying that, but I definitely do enjoy them, and they're very good. Neptunes is here. Man, it's about time. We've been waiting for you. What's going on, Neptunes? How are you? Oh, Gina says we're going to the Denver Zoo. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. But yeah, very good wings. Andrew, hi Neptune. Gina, hey Neptune. Neptune, hey Andrew. Neptune, how are you? Welcome. Poor Conservative was giving me a hard time for being wound up. So I gotta stay true. So I have another question. Padmal, are you still there? I want to ask you, are you originally from Moscow or that area, or are you from somewhere else and you're there? Does that make sense? I don't even know where I'm going with that. I just want to know, are you from there? Are you originally from Russia, or are you from somewhere else that just happens to be there? I'm just curious. Again, like I say, I'd like to learn from you guys, especially when you're outside of my area. I don't know. Like anywhere outside of the States, native. That's it. Poor conservative. Yes. Yes. That's exactly the word that I'm trying to find. Um, but yeah, I'd like to learn from everybody else when you're, especially when you're from another part of the world. I just think it's so awesome that we can sit here. I'm sitting here in my little workshop, hanging out with you guys, drinking some coffee, and I learned so much by asking questions. And that's not just that goes for anything. If I'm trying to learn how to do something, I start by asking questions because it gives me I learn a lot that way. I learn the most by doing, right? If I'm learning how to build something, you know, you got to get in there and do it. But I also begin by asking, okay, what do I need to know? What do I need to do to build something? And I like to learn all that from you guys. So please, and you guys don't. You guys are awesome. Nobody's ever gotten upset because I ask a lot of questions. Maybe you know if I find out you're from a different area, but I just want to say it out loud. That's why I love learning from you guys and being able to have the conversations like that. Is Podmal still with us? Podmal, are you still there, buddy? Maybe not. Maybe he's not with us anymore. Maybe he moved on. And if so, that's okay. That's okay. Neptunes, what have you been up to? We've all caught up with each other here, and now we're going to ask you the 20 questions. Oh, Podmal's still here. Awesome. Let's see. I was born near Bransk City. No, I live and have a job in Moscow. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna look. I want to find that city on the map. Just it gives me an idea. And thank you for answering that. I really appreciate that. I enjoy knowing where everybody's from, at least the area. You know, I'm not gonna ask you guys for your address or anything, but Yuvella's here. Greetings from East Tennessee. Welcome, Uvella. How's the weather in Tennessee? Did you guys get any of that storm that came through the East Coast last week? I don't know if it went down that far or not, but I know up in the Pennsylvania area, they got some decent snow. Don't know if it reached down to you or not. Neptune says, "LOL, not much, just work. Been 3D printing." And then Andrew says, "What are you printing, Neptune?" Yes, Neptune, tell us. Podmal says, Bransk, pardon me if I'm saying that incorrectly, is about 500 kilometers from Moscow, I'm guessing. Yes. Okay. Huh. That's really cool. That's neat. I'm looking it up when we're done. So that's cool. I'm glad you. So what is the coldest you have ever seen it there? Like how cold? How cold does it get? I mean, I don't know. Uvella says we got 2 inches of snow last night. Oh, cool. Podmal, I just watched a short documentary. Man, I don't know if I can find that now. About what they were calling the coldest city in the world, I think they called it. Which sounded like a lofty claim. I don't know if I can find this and see if you're familiar with the city. So I'm just gonna look it up here and see if I can find that in the history. And I think it was a Russian town. Bear with me here, guys. I'm scrolling through. See if I can find that. Maybe not. I don't know where it is. Yeah, I don't see it. Don't see it. Coldest city. Anyway, I don't know. So I don't want to just sit there and stare at my phone while I'm chatting with you guys. But Let's see. Neptune says just different things. Christmas ornaments. I found files for a prop functional 1911. Wow, not a real gun, just a working prop. And you printed all the parts for it? I've heard of that. I have. Andrew says, need to get me a 3D printer, something new to learn. Yeah, it's still on my list. Neptune sent me I haven't committed yet. It is something I want to get. They're not, I mean, at least even a small one, they're like a couple $100 for a small one. And I just think that it would be a really cool learning tool. It's something new to learn because I don't know anything about 3D modeling. But I think Haley would enjoy it. Maybe when maybe now, but maybe if she gets a little bit more. Somebody was driving in the driveway. A little more into, the programs and stuff. But being able to envision something in your head and do the things and out it comes, just as I don't know what that's. I don't know where I'm going with that, but just to be able to design things like that would just be cool. I don't know. As a learning tool, I think is what I'd like to do. Harry Dude says 3D printing is something I'd love to get into. The possibility to create custom router templates. Yeah, that would be pretty nice too. If you get a big enough one, you could do a guitar. Man, can you imagine 3D printing a guitar template? That would be huge. I don't think for something like that, I'd rather do like a CNC. But for small stuff, pickup routing and all that sort of thing, I can totally see it. Neptune says they are fun. Not yet, not all the parts. There's somewhat of a learning curve getting settings right. Yeah. Andrew says, I don't want the things in my head to ever get out. Some stuff really shouldn't. Neptune says, I have the Artillery Sidewinder X1. Yeah, I still have that email, that information that you sent me. And like I said, I just haven't committed enough to do it. I've been working on a few other things instead of that right now. Some stuff that hopefully we'll get into more at the beginning of the year, sometime next year. But I definitely want to be able to get into some 3D printing. Also, though, I really do want a CNC. There, I said it out loud. I do. I want a CNC. I don't know what. I don't know who, where. I don't even have room for it, but I do want one. I want to build more guitars next year, but I also want to maintain the weekly project videos like I have been doing, and I think a CNC would help me be able to do both. Right now, if I'm working on a guitar, if it's a process that I've covered before, I'm hesitant to make another video about it, to duplicate too many things close together. So I'm trying to space it out, but I want to be able to do more. So I'm thinking CNC would be a good idea. I don't know. I haven't committed to that either, but. Neptune says, yeah, I want a CNC also, but have no room. I know. Yeah. I don't either. I do want one, though. David says, I have a 3D printer, and it's very useful and generally awesome because you can make machine parts and models of future projects. Yeah, that's some of the advantages that I'm seeing, and for some reason that I'm excited about showing that to my daughter, like the fact that you can envision something in your head, create it somehow, and out it comes, like the thing that you envisioned in your head. That you can, and not just with 3D printing, but the fact that in making and building things in general is if you envision something with the right tools and know-how, you can come out to your workshop or somewhere and you can make it a reality. It's so cool, and that's the thing that I'm probably one of the things I'm most excited about with being able to work with her, and just to show her that you can. If there's something you want to do, you can do it. You can build it. You don't always have to go to the store and buy it. And a lot of times, Even if it's not as, if you're limited in by tools or space or materials, it's still awesome to be able to create something, even if it's a little rickety because it's your first thing. It's way cooler that you made it, and that's what I'm excited about instilling in her. Whatever she does with it later on down the road, who knows, right? But to just know that in the back of your mind that if you want something, you can build it. That 3D printing, CNC, cutting it on a bandsaw, whatever it is, I get really excited about that. And when something's broken, doesn't mean it's broken. It's ruined. There's a chance that you can fix it. And I know she's already kind of got that in her head. It's like, well, let's just fix it, super glue it, or well, it's cool. I don't know. I just get excited about that whole topic, not just of 3D printing, but just the fact that 3D printing doesn't really involve cutting, working, gluing material necessarily. It's designing it and hit print, and as long as everything does what it does, out comes your little gadget. Let's see. David says, "Are you into making pens?" I think it would be awesome, and I would definitely do it if I had a lathe. I used to have it was a Harbor Freight lathe, but it was big. I didn't use it very much, and it wasn't super great, shall we say. So I ended up selling it. But I would like to get one of them little MIDI lathes, those little small dudes. And I definitely would like to make some pens and tool handles and stuff like that. I just have to find a spot for it. That's the biggest thing. I would be really cool to make pens because it looks like a fun thing, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time. I mean, from what I see, I've never done it, so I can't speak by experience, but based on what I see, man, you can knock one out in, less than a half an hour. It seems like jigs and this setup and stuff for it, you can just go knock one out in no time. And that would be great for, man, I got a few minutes, let me go make a pen. And what a cool gift that would be. I just think that would be really neat. Harry Dude says, the first thing I thought of when I saw 3D printers is I can print my own Lego. Dude! Literally. I never thought about that. You could. You could model Legos, make your own custom pieces. How many times have you spent forever digging through the box of Legos trying to find that one perfect shape? Or the two pieces that you can combine to make the thing? Oh, you could just print it. That's an awesome idea. Andrew, that's gold, dude. Yeah, it is. Neptune says, my phone case clip broke and I designed and printed a replacement part. It was awesome until the case broke. Well, just print you a new case. That's awesome. David says, with supervision, one of my kids made a pen when he was 5 years old. That is so cool. Yeah, I could totally see that being a really awesome thing. How many times do you have a scrap of wood of some sort that you could make a pen out of, but maybe it gets thrown away or something. Yeah, that's a great idea. Philip says, that's my goal for spring is to build a shop so I can build what's in my head. Tired of just thinking of them. Yeah. I'll add a challenge to you, though. You don't necessarily need a shop. Do you have a sidewalk? Do you have a kitchen table? I mean, you're limited, but don't let that entirely hold you back. Yes, a shop does have its advantages of having a dedicated space, but if there's something you want to make, figure out a way that maybe you can make it, or a different version of it with what you have available. You don't have to have the perfect shop, the perfect this, the perfect tools. Try to look at a project with what do I have available and how can I do this thing that I want to do? Just a different way kind of to look at it. Sometimes you may not be able to find a way and you'd have to do something different. But just try, just hold on here. You said true, just get frustrated. Yes, I agree. It is. I do the same thing. There are things that I want to build that I don't have the room in my shop to do. This thing is very small. Like what is that, 8 by maybe 12 or 15? I mean, it's a tiny space. But I want to build things. I would love to build a dresser. I'd love to build, well, a headboard. I wanted to do a headboard. That one I think I can pull off, but I don't have room in here for a big piece, so I have to figure out if I want to do this, what am I going to do with what I have available to me? But it does get frustrating. I understand completely when you're trying to do something without enough space, without a big enough clamp, without a nice flat work surface. Yes, but keep at it. Try not to let it get frustrated. Think of it as kind of a challenge. How can I pull this off? I'm not going to let this thing get me. I'm with you, buddy. I get frustrated too trying to do something in here when I don't have a big flat work table, and sometimes that is what makes a huge difference. But just a friendly challenge. Wow, man, I missed a couple things here. Started thinking about Neptune says, cool, David. Timber says, hi all. I have just built a pick frame from pallet wood and added 5 coats of clear varnish. What is the grit to sand it with to get a polished finish? How polished are you going for? If you want to polish it out, like buff it out, you might want to not sand your final coat. Depending on, you sand it before your final coat, nice and smooth, 220, 320. But if you're going to buff it, somehow maybe polish it, you're going to need to go pretty high in the grit to get it nice and smooth. But for a picture frame, honestly, what I would do is I would apply several coats. Let's see, you've got 5 coats. I would sand it nice and smooth with probably a 220 or a 320, whatever you have or can get easily. Sand it nice and smooth, and then apply your last coat. That should give you a nice smooth finish that should look really good. That's what I would think. Harry Dude says, I'd like to hear that parents are encouraging their kids to make and repair rather than consume and throw out. Yes, to me, that's a big thing to me, because growing up on the farm, my parents were of the Great Depression era, right? And there were values that they had coming out of that you pick up on. I spent a lot of time, in the summers and stuff with my grandparents, and you just pick up on a lot of that stuff. Plus, working at the farm, you're always having to repair things. I always had to fix my own car, trying to do things on the cheap because I didn't have a lot of extra cash to spend on that stuff. In fact, I still do that. Try to do my own repairs, try to do my own fixes. I believe very strongly that no matter the path that they end up on, right? We can't control that, or not you should even that. But at this age, I feel like we should at least instill the idea that you can do this, whether you choose, down the road to use that or not. I can't control that, but I can control right now at least them knowing that that's an option. And I feel very strongly that they should know that you don't have to throw things out. You might be able to fix it with a little bit of wood glue. It might be all you need to fix a thing, whatever it is. And I feel really strongly about that. See, that right there brought me down from my being wound up. Let's see. I'm backing up. I'm coming back. I got to catch up to these comments. You guys got me fired up about some things that I'm passionate about. All right. So let's see. Okay, Neptune. So I finally got my metal lathe in. It is still in it. Wait. Oh, still in its crate. Gotcha. That's all right. You'll get it set up. Philip, true. Just get frustrated. We already hit that. Andy says 220 grade sanding. Is that 220 grade sanding? Is that I believe to timber? Oh yeah. Andy's replying to timber. 220. Yeah, that's what I said. 220 or 320. Something. You don't have to go super high. David says, if you have a CNC, then it's so easy to make so many different things, like Christmas ornaments to keyrings. Yeah. Yep. You can just set it up. It can do its thing. You can be off making something else. Andrew says, before my shop, always under the carport, building stuff. You can do it anywhere. Yes. Yes, you can. Timber says, thanks, Andy. We'll give it a go. Yeah. Philip, challenge accepted. I'll send you a pic of the mini bar. Ah, there you go. Yep. You can do it, my friend. You can do it. Andy says, welcome, Timber. Timber. Okay, great. Thanks. Neptunes. Thumbs up. Thanks, Neptunes. I appreciate that. There are several things that I do get passionate about, and some of that stuff I've never actually like bring the words out. I mean, I know I feel very strongly for, you know, teaching kids, and well, not just kids, anybody, that you can fix stuff. You don't have to just, oh, this thing's broken, guess it's out of here. Some stuff is, right? But you don't have to throw stuff away. A lot of times the stuff that I have fixed the silliest things. And if Gina's still in here, she can attest to that. I have fixed some very random stuff because this little plastic toy or whatever broke in half, right? And to us, we're like, good, that thing's out of here, you know. But at that moment, when completely heartbroken, right, that this thing's broken, to us, it's not a big deal, but to their eyes, it's a much bigger thing, right? It's like if our phone just snapped in half, right? I mean, to us, that would be like a big deal. I mean, you drop your phone and it breaks and now it's unusable. I have fixed some super small toys with some CA glue and activator that now the thing is fixed again, just for the only purpose of showing her that we can fix this. It's not ruined. And sometimes it works well, sometimes it falls apart again, and then we have to, you know, then we end up getting rid of it or you know. But to fix just these little, anything, I just want her to know we can fix stuff. Almost anything, some way or another. Big or small, we can do it. Anyway, sorry. Poor Conservative. Sorry, I missed the CNC 3D printer chat. Was in the shop spring. Skull Candy, wireless earbuds, rock. Left phone in house, went out to spray booth and shot 3 coats of lacquer, still listening. Whoa! That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't have any wireless earbuds. I don't necessarily need them, but it would be kind of nice. I might have to try those. I do listen to a lot of podcasts while I'm working. A lot of times I have the camera rolling, so I don't have the audio going because I'm trying to talk. But I do listen to a lot of stuff that, you know, some wireless dealios there would be kind of cool. It's a technical term, dealios. David says, I would love to see you bust into a room playing to some tunes. Yeah, like just jamming, like a guitar, jamming a guitar. Is that what you're talking about? Oh yeah, there you go, on your guitars. That would be kind of fun. I'd probably, depending on what the tunes were, I'd probably get a dang copyright strike or something. Maybe just playing something. That's why I used to include some music. That's why I used to include some music in some of my videos, and most of the time it was from the YouTube audio library. I've gotten away from that. The only time I think I've done it would be in the vlogs, really. That would be funny. What kind of tunes? You got any suggestions, David? What kind of tunes would you like me to bust into the room playing? Maybe I could put them in a vlog or something. I don't know. Andrew says CA glue fixes all. Yeah, I got a lot of it. I got you know, the thin, thick, medium, black CA glue. I got all kinds of CA glue. But my my recommended CA glue, I don't think I have it out here. The one that I've really been liking a lot, and this is not sponsored, but there's always a but, right? They did send me samples to try, but I really, really do like it, and when I need more, I'm going to buy some more. Um, Starbond. Starbond, it is really good stuff. I like the thin, I like the thick, I like the medium, I like all of it. But I do have, if anybody's interested, I have an affiliate link to their products. I do have an affiliate account with them. If you're interested in trying it out, it is good stuff. Let's see. Gina, yes, haha. It has a light side and a dark side and holds the universe together. Gaff tape's great. What the heck's going on? Am I being invaded? You hear? Can you guys hear that? It's like a helicopter, like skimming the treetops. Hang on. What the heck? Holy cow! Yeah, he's like just went zipping right over. Man, he's like super low. Hope that wasn't like the rescue airlift helicopter. I didn't hear any sirens go by, but I'm losing my signal. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Uh-oh, guys, I hope you're back. I hope you're there. Helicopter messed with my signal. Andy says, I seem to have lost you all, so I will take this opportunity to wish you all a happy Christmas. See you in the new year. Andy, thank you, my friend. Merry Christmas to you, your family. I wish you guys the best. Hope you have a wonderful holiday, an excellent new year, and we will see you in the new year as well. Poor Conservative says, Skull Candy Sesh audio quality is awesome, as good as my Sennheiser studio cans. Really? Nice. I got a set of Audio Technica studio phones that I really like. Gina says, come over anytime, David. He plays as often as he can. Yes, I do. I try. Andrew. True, dude. Gaff is the miracle tape. It is amazing. I don't have any right now. I still hear that helicopter over there. What the heck's going on? Neptune says, bye, Andy. You too. Cheers, Andy. Bye, Andy. David says, playing some heavy metal versions of children's songs. Old MacDonald. Oh, that'd be great. That would be great. Poor Conservative says, Air Force. You said Russia too many times. Yeah. Oh, no. It's gone. It's gone. It's quiet now. Oh, boy. Man, it's almost 10:30 here. Holy cow. I love these chats, man. You guys are awesome. I still have coffee. What's wrong with me? Andrew, big brother. I know, right? That's what I get for using Wi-Fi. They're watching. No, I'm not into that conspiracy stuff. I'm not even going there. We're not even going to that. Old MacDonald, a metal version of Old MacDonald. I'm sure there's some out there. Oh boy. Anyway, what else, you guys? What else we got going on? Oh, we were talking about fixing stuff, and I'm looking at my project that I still have to get to here. This guitar that's been sitting and sitting. It seems like there's something else that keeps coming out. Yeah, I haven't got to that yet because I had a unplanned car repair that I had to take care of. I had a water pump and fan clutch go out on my vehicle, so I had to film that, make that repair. Kind of set me back a little on this. I was hoping to have that guitar together, but yeah, had to do that. I don't like those mystery repairs, but I had to do it because I'm not taking it to the shop for $800,000 repair. So I'm gonna take a day or two and fix the silly thing myself. And so far it's holding up, but one cool thing is you're going to get a different video out of that repair, so you'll see some different stuff, some more car repair stuff coming up in the future. There's a few of them that I got in the works, and but yeah, got that coming up. David said it's England. In England, it's only 5:30. Neptune's, yeah, was kind of worried about Sam's printing a gun. More conservative. FAO. Andrew, cool shades. Philip, 12:30 here, and getting ready to go to my paying gig. So go print some newspapers. Later, Jeff. Talk to you soon. Right on, Philip. Got it. Do you run a press? That's pretty awesome. I spent a lot of years in a printing place. Not running a press myself, but that's pretty cool. Thank you, my friend, for hanging out. We'll see you later, Philip. David says, if you were wondering, it's PM, not really early in the morning. Yeah, I know you guys are, you're like, not 12 hours, but you're 10, 5, 12, you're 7 or 8 hours ahead of us. And I know Andrew and Harry, dude, you guys are like 14 hours. No, it's like 16 hours ahead. Poor Conservative says, one of my customers and friend, Trez Grimaldi, played bass in Dave Lombardo's group, Grip Inc., Serious Thrash Metal. Dave Lombardo's Grip Inc. I'm not familiar with that band. I have to look it up. But yeah, anyway, this is kind of my next project. The next thing I'm going to be working on, I gotta wet sand and polish this thing. Look, there's even dust. Look at this. Look, there's dust on there. See that? It's because I had it out ready to go, and then I had to fix my vehicle. So it's been sitting for quite a while until I get time to get back out here. So that's kind of, I'm going to start on that this afternoon. Wet sanding it out, and hopefully get the thing polished up. The neck's done. The neck's ready to go. That was the neck. If you guys saw the video that I put out this past weekend, installing the frets, that's the neck for this guy. So that thing's been taking way too long. I got to get it done. So I'm putting it at the top of the list now. Unless something else comes up broken that I need to fix, that's the plan. So yeah, I got a bunch of stuff to edit. Trying to be like really ahead. Like I mentioned, Haley's coming up on winter break, Christmas break. So I got to have projects ready because I still got to meet my own goal, right? There's no reason I have to, but it's my own personal goal every week, a project video. So I'm working ahead, getting things filmed so that I can edit while she and I are having fall break. I keep saying fall break, Christmas break. And but yeah, lots of projects, lots of things going on. Plus we got Christmas stuff coming up. You know, we got to do the whole Christmas thing. You guys decorate for Christmas? We do. We got things decorated, and yeah, Christmas lights, all that stuff. I like it. Poor Conservative, Smooth Telly, Andrew, throwing the horns. David, if you're talking about bands, then listen to the Bed and Breakfast Man on YouTube. One of the singers is an elementary school teacher. Really? Bed and Breakfast Man? I gotta check that out. I have a friend. Well, the singer from the cover band that I'm in, he's a elementary school teacher, so it's pretty cool. Guys, it's 10:30. We're an hour and a half in. I think now would be a good time to kind of start winding this down, wrapping this thing up until next week. So let's go another couple minutes here. If you guys got any sort of, got any other questions, comments, suggestions, I got some bands to look up. I got some YouTube channels to look up. Good stuff. So thank you guys for joining in, hanging out. It's been a long roll here. I think Poor Conservative. No, you don't want to wrap up. You want to keep rolling. You want to keep rolling. I know. I really got to get to it. And as much as I enjoy hanging out with everybody, Harry Dude says meeting adjourned. Where's the little hammer of doom? The doom hammer. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Oh man, I got a good one here. Look at this block. It's a block of aspen. Oh, that's really bright in there too. It's really blown out. Anyway, this will be in an upcoming video. You will see that this week, next week. You'll see this. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Next week we'll do it on Facebook again. Can't even talk now. And for those of you that join in on Facebook, we'll be there. And then after that, the last 2 weeks, like I mentioned, are holiday weeks. The holiday falls on both Wednesdays. So I'm going to try to just do some random, probably YouTube. So if I get a chance to schedule it, just be on the lookout. If you happen to see it's live, hopefully you can at least pop in and say hi. So I want to say hi to you guys over the holidays. Let's see here. Andrew says, time flies when we're having fun. See y'all later, everyone. Stay safe and peace out. Poor Conservative says, it is so much better than watching Lacquer Flash. Ooh, yeah, that's not too fun. David says, next week, I'm celebrating Christmas early at my mom's house, so I probably won't be here. Well, you guys, if I don't see you next week, and I don't see you the week of Christmas and all that, I want to say Merry Christmas to all of you and Happy New Year. I wish all of you the best. And I hope those of you that live in an area where you get it, I hope you have a white Christmas because it's so cool. But Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you guys so much. It's been an awesome year, and we are not done here. But I know some of you guys are going to be off doing other things probably the end of the month, and I may not see you. But I want to say that now. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Stay safe, warm, and stay tuned for next year because we got some hopefully cool stuff coming up. But for those of you, I'll see you next week on Facebook. 9 o'clock. David says, Arriva. Harry Dude says, see you all on the Facebook chat next week. Right on. Guys, thank you so much. And we will adjourn this meeting with the tiny hammer of doom. Thanks a lot, guys. Merry Christmas.